Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Common English Mistakes. Don't just learn, improve. So today we're going to look at 3 pairs of adjectives which students often confuse. Right and wrong, the same as correct, incorrect, true and false, and real and fake. They all have a similar meaning, but can sound quite bad when students use them in the wrong context. I'll try to provide clear examples and simplify it so you know when to use each one. I'll also give useful synonyms and phrases using these words. So the mistake I hear most often is up here. Is my sentence true? So just pause the video, try to correct the sentence. And well done if you said, is my sentence right or is my sentence correct? Like I said, this is the one I see most often. If you're talking about something being accurate with no mistakes, use right or correct. We also use this for appropriate. When you go hiking in the mountains, you need to have the right or correct clothing, or meeting established standards. So you need to make sure you have the right or correct documents in your car when you drive. The opposite of those, not accurate with mistakes, not appropriate, or not meeting the established standards, wrong or incorrect. So you could ask, is my sentence wrong? They had the wrong clothing for the type of weather, or I had the wrong, incorrect paperwork in my car and the police fined me. What I would say is correct, incorrect, probably slightly more formal, so it sounds a bit strange for those first 2. The last one is fine though. Then we have the adverbs of these, right or correctly, wrong, incorrectly. Am I doing this right, correctly? Am I doing this wrong or incorrectly? We can also use right to mean someone has the correct judgment. I think you're right about Steve. He's very unhappy at the moment, or suitable for a situation. She's the right person for the job. Obviously wrong, the opposite of those. You're wrong about Steve. He's the wrong person for the job. And then we also use right and wrong to talk about morally good and morally bad. If you find a wallet in the street, the right thing to do is hand it in. Or, I think people wearing fur is wrong. And there's also a useful phrase, in the right or in the wrong, in a morally good or morally bad situation or position. So, I was in the right, I didn't do anything wrong, or I was in the wrong and I apologized. Overall, though, the most important thing to remember to avoid mistakes is to use right or wrong to talk about things which are accurate, inaccurate, without mistakes, or with mistakes. Think about maths or English grammar. These are right, these are wrong. So let's now look at true or false. Whereas right and wrong deals more with maths and English grammar, etc., we use true and false much more with factual information, whether something is factually correct or incorrect. So, a little geography quiz for you. True or false, the capital of Australia is Sydney. Just pause the video and think, what is the correct answer? And well done if you said that statement is false. The capital of Australia is Canberra. There is going to be some overlap here. That original statement is also wrong, but generally, to keep things simple, for factual information, use true or false. We also use this for statements about ourselves, with personal information about our lives. Up here is a classic TEFL activity. 2 of those statements about me are true, factually correct. 1 of them is false, factually incorrect. Pause the video, see if you can think which is false. And well done if you said the first 2 are true. My name is James. I am an English teacher, but obviously the last one is false. I love making these videos. True is also useful to use in the short phrase, it's true that. For example, do you think it's true that he used to be a professional footballer? This is also useful to use in discussions or debates when you want to concede, accept the argument counter to yours. So for example, while it's true that renewable energy is expensive, the costs are coming down all the time. The fact that it's expensive is the argument against mine. And then some useful phrases, language, ways to use true or false. False teeth, teeth which aren't real. My granddad wears false teeth. Falsely accuse or falsely imprison, usually used in the past to talk about someone who was wrongly accused of a crime. A false sense of security, a feeling of safety or security, but you're not. So for example, wearing a helmet can sometimes give you a false sense of security. And there's an action with a very long phrase, lull someone into a false sense of security. So for example, the scammer lulled the victim into a false sense of security. You can also use that in the passive with be or get, lulled into a false sense of security. With true, there's just one I'm going to talk about, which is the adverb truly, useful to either give emphasis. So for example, I truly believed England were going to win the Euros, but they didn't. Or to say something is sincere or genuine. So he truly loves her. So finally, real or fake. These you're going to use to talk about whether things are genuine or not genuine. And if they're not genuine, generally they are made to look real. So for example, do you think his Rolex is real or fake? These flowers look real, but they're actually fake. And often with fake, they're trying to trick or deceive people. So for example, our son bought alcohol with a fake ID. Or I saw a news story which was completely fake. What we probably call fake news, and you've probably already heard. We can also use fake as a noun. The man bought a painting for $1 million, which turned out to be a fake, or as a verb, when you try to trick or deceive someone. Probably the best example of this is when I was younger, I faked an illness to not go to school. I'm sure most of us have done that at some point. We also have some more specific words to talk about fake and usually illegal products. Counterfeit and knockoff. I would say counterfeit is a little old-fashioned though. Knockoff is much more natural nowadays, especially in British English. We can use these as adjectives. So for example, my friend bought some knockoff sunglasses on holiday, or as a noun. Again, with that watch, it looks real, but it's actually a knockoff. Unlike counterfeits, knockoff can also be used for when one product imitates another. Often, cheaper supermarkets will try to make knockoffs of more expensive, popular products from others. This was a very controversial story in the UK a couple of years ago. Anyway, explanation over. Before we do a bit of practice, if you think it's true that this video is useful and you're a real supporter of the channel, make sure you do the right thing and like, subscribe, maybe share the video with others. It would be much appreciated, your help getting this channel to grow. But anyway, when you're ready, let's practice and improve. Just pause the video and put a bit of language from today's lesson into these questions. More than one option may be possible. Try to choose the one which is most natural. And well done. If you said, would you ever buy real or fake diamonds? Why not? Do you think it's true that English is an easy language? What does it mean to you to eat right in the proper way. Then, have you ever bought knockoff clothes? Again, I would say that's much more natural than counterfeit or fake. Do you think it's wrong, morally not okay, to wear fur? And finally, what do people falsely believe about your country? So now just choose one of those questions, maybe one which was new or you didn't know as well, and write an answer in the comments to practice. As ever, guys, it is useful for you to practice the language, and good for me, helps my algorithm. Anyway, that's basically it for today. I hope it was useful for you, and again, thank you for your continued support. I'll see you for another video next week, so until next time, see ya!